Welcome to this meditation on clearing the energy of procrastination. If you're a procrastinator, and many of us are, including me at times, this meditation will help you see what energy comes between you and your ability to get things done. Depending on what you're procrastinating getting done, like washing the dishes or running errands, that's not really a big deal, right? That can be done anytime. But when you're procrastinating on the bigger things, like taking the next step in your career, getting work projects completed, maybe responding to electronic communication, or getting your taxes done, these things can have, pretty profound, it can be affected profoundly if you don't take care of it. And that anxiety just adds to the resistance to getting it done. It's kind of like that procrastination. I like to look at it as like a dust bunny that starts to gain more debris. And the longer it goes, the more anxiety, resistance, and probably the less you're going to want to look at it. So in my monthly meditations, I can only cover some energies that could be affecting a space. So I always suggest going back and looking at something again, because they may not even mention something that you know is affecting a space. So I'm going to start, as I always do, by walking through, getting you grounded, get back into present time before we start looking at the energy of procrastination and what's interfering in your space. All right, let's get started. So relax, take a couple of deep breaths. Can you sense where you're holding energy right now in your body, holding that tension or stress? We're going to go ahead and get started on releasing that stress. If you have a current grounding cord, please release it, create a new one in present time. And if you don't know how to create a grounding cord, it's really easy. A grounding cord is a tool, a visual you create where you connect your body to the planet. A grounding cord helps you attach your physical body to the planet and your spiritual body to the physical, your spiritual body to your physical body. It gives you a way to release energies that are affecting you. So in order to create a grounding cord, imagine or focus some energy on the base of your spine. That's the general area of where your root chakra is. You can imagine creating a grounding cord that looks like a hollow tube that plugs in at the base of your spine and goes down through the layers and the gravel, all the way down through the planet. And when that hollow tube hits the center of the planet, it plugs in securely. So don't overthink this. If you haven't created a grounding cord before, the more you do it, the easier it gets and the faster you can create that visual. I like using the visual of something open and hollow because it allows me to release more energy with more ease. Once you have a grounding cord attached in the center of the planet, it begins to work with gravity to pull energies out of your body that you're wanting to release, like stress. One thing you might want to do first, though, is see if you can expand that grounding cord out to encompass at least your hips, like hips width. That way you can really get a nice gravitational pull to release more energies. So wherever you connected that grounding cord around the base of your spine, imagine that it can widen out to encompass your hips. And that means it's going to be as wide in the middle as it is in the center of the planet. So widen that grounding cord out. And for those of you who like other imagery for your grounding cord, you're welcome to do it. It's just the way I teach it for simplicity. Now that you have the grounding cord attached, some of you may even feel a gentle tug on your body as you're starting to release energies out of your body that maybe have been weighing you down. It could be foreign energy from just being out and about in the world, that foreign energy we pick up from other people and places and spaces we go. Let's start looking at stress, though. Tune into your body, and where are you holding on to stress right now? What part of your body? shoulders, neck, head, temples, jaws, stomach. Have the thought that that energy can release out of your body and is pulled with gravity down your grounding cord into the center of the planet where that energy gets recycled. And with your eyes closed, just breathe and release. Had a lot of clients lately who are sitting in a lot of worry. So if you have any worry in your space, release it. If you're in resistance right now to the topic we're going to be working on, you may feel resistance in your space. So whatever you are sensing that's in your body and your energetic field, like your aura, go ahead and release that out of your space and down the grounding cord. And if you're holding on to energy from the day, like unspoken words, unspoken communication, or maybe you had to communicate a lot and you feel like you have a lot of people in your space, imagine you can release all that chatter, all that energy that's been built up, or all the unspoken words that you wanted to say but you didn't get to. You can even focus in on your throat, but wherever you're holding that in your body or your aura, go ahead and release it down the grounding cord. And with your eyes still closed, we're going to go ahead and collect up some energy that you've left out in the world, because once you release, you always need to replenish and balance your body. This is how, again, you get in present time, is by releasing and then replenishing. Above your head, about 6 inches, create the visual of a large, warm, golden sun. And this is the tool you'll use to collect up your energy from wherever you've left it, say, over the past week. So tune into where you were over the past week, places and spaces. Maybe you had a busy holiday weekend and you were with friends or traveling. In that sun, postulate that you can collect up your energy and bring it back into the sun wherever you've left it, 360 degrees, in places and spaces with people. I like to watch my energy come back to into my sun using the visual of a vapor. It can be a color or just lines of energy, or just have the thought it's coming back to you and pull it into that sun above your head. When you're ready, bring that sun in through the top of your head and fill yourself in completely. It's like pouring gold into a cup where it would fill in from the base up to the rim, or the rim of the glass. Imagine you're bringing that sun in and you're filling in your toes, your feet. That gold energy flows up your legs, saturating all your cells, flows into your torso, saturating your organs. Remember, this is your vital life force energy. So you really want to collect up as much as you can and fill yourself in. You fill up to your neck, down your arms to your fingertips, up to the top of your head. And if you are not used to releasing and replenishing, it's a great practice. Even a few minutes a day will make a huge difference in your life, but especially collecting up your energy. If you haven't collected it up in a long time, it may be months or weeks or years that you have energy stuck in the past. Or if you're in worry, you may have a lot of energy projected out into the future. So be sure to use a golden sun to collect up your energy and fill yourself in. Okay, let's go ahead and get started looking at energy clairvoyantly. And I will guide you through all the steps. If you haven't done it before, it may be a little fast, but the more you practice, the easier it becomes. All right, so in order to read energy clairvoyantly, you need a space to view the information, just like you are on a computer right now, or most of you looking at this video. Out in front of your head about a foot, create your very own movie screen, viewing screen. It's also called a reading screen. So about a foot in front of your head, make a screen that's about a foot tall, a foot wide. I like to make mine white. So it's this white blank screen so I can view energy with more ease. Can have a border around it. And that's the screen you're going to use to look at the energy of procrastination tonight. In order to get the screen to stay in place, I'd suggest connecting a grounding cord, like a small hollow tube, to the base of that screen, goes down through the layers of the planet and plugs into the crystalline core. Sometimes when there's energies to be looked at and there could be foreign energy in it that doesn't want to get cleared, things can move around. So it's always good to ground the screen, and then we will be grounding the symbol that we're going to use to look at procrastination. So in order to look at this energy, you need to create a symbol or a container to hold the energy. So you can use a couple of different symbols. I'll suggest two. One is on the screen. Imagine you can create a clear rose or a clear bubble, right? It's a container, whatever easier for you to visualize. That's the container that's going to hold the energy of procrastination. So as you're creating a clear rose or a clear bubble, have the intention that it holds the energy of around your procrastination. And at the base of this symbol, again, you'll want to create a hollow tube or a grounding cord, because that's how you're going to release the energies out of this symbol. So from the base of that symbol, rose or bubble, imagine you have a small grounding cord, hollow tube that plugs into the base of that symbol and down through the layers of the planet, plugs into the crystalline core so it can work with gravity. And because you created this symbol with the intention that it holds your procrastination vibration, or, well, that's right, whatever the vibration is that you hold around procrastination, as you look at it, try and stay neutral to what you see, but you may see lots of textures and colors and blobs and things that you look at this symbol and think, oh, that just doesn't look very good. Foreign energy that's affecting it will show up in a feeling like, oh, I know that doesn't belong, because that would not be a good color or texture. It's something I don't like. That's energy affecting this space. So just take a look at it, say hello to that energy, and let it start releasing. Right now, we're not going to look at what the specifics are. We're just going to give it an overall healing. So in order to have that release, all you have to do is say hello to it. It's like, hello, I see you, black blob, or olive green texture, or whatever that is. Just say hello and watch it release down the grounding cord. You don't force it. You just allow it to release. If you can't get an energy to release, there's a good chance that you are in resistance to it. So just breathe and then say hello to it again and allow it to flow down the grounding cord. So the goal is to clear as much energy affecting the space as you can so that you can move forward without procrastination. So I'm going to call out some specific energies for you to look for in the space. And as I suggest a vibration for you to look for, give it a moment and see where that lights up in this symbol. And it could be, it lights up in the whole space or just a small portion, but whatever you see on the specific topic, you're just, again, going to say hello to it and allow it to release. So the first energy that I want you to look for in this symbol is that of resistance. And when I say resistance, again, look for anything that illuminates in that space and say hello to it and then release it down the grounding cord. And if you have a sense of what you were in resistance to, then maybe it's an event, or maybe you were invalidated about your abilities to create, so you were afraid to. Think about any event, if there is one, that is related to the resistance, and release it out of the symbol. Okay, look for the energy of fear. Often we resist moving forward and doing something because we are afraid. So what are you afraid of? Being wrong, being judged, whatever that is that shows up for you in that symbol, release it down the grounding cord. You might even see or sense that the fear could be around being punished. So I'm not sure what that would be for you individually, but whatever you have the fear of, or whatever you see in that space around fear, release it. And one more energy in that fear space is expectations. You might want to look for expectations as well when you're looking at the fear of the expectations of letting somebody down or yourself. Okay, we'll keep moving forward. Look for the energy of failure. Maybe you haven't failed at anything. Maybe you're afraid of failing, so you didn't really try. Or maybe you saw someone else close to you try something and they failed, and you don't want to experience that energy because that could be painful, but that's also how we grow and learn. So it's just an energy vibration that's highly charged. And I don't know, again, what that would look like for each of you, but in this space or in your symbol, look for the energy of failure, whether it's yours or someone else's. And whatever illuminates, release it down the grounding cord, and make sure it goes all the way down the grounding cord into the center of the planet, so it flows out of that symbol and gets recycled in the center of the planet. Remember, you can always ask your symbol for percentages. So say the failure energy doesn't resonate with you, but you see a texture. Talk to your symbol. You can always ask, what percentage is this my fear around failure? Or what percentage is it somebody else's failure energy that's sitting in my space that I'm thinking is mine? And that's a really nice way to talk to a symbol and get get percentages so that you can release it. And then you could even get into specifics. Whose is it? What percentage is it? A friend, family, boss, peer, whatever that is. So talk to your symbol. You'll get your answers. It doesn't mean you have to hear what the answer is. You're just looking for maybe getting intuition on a number, or just being shown it and say like how much space it's taking up. All right, look for the energy of effort. Effort it could be a fear that it's just going to take too much work, or maybe it's effort that other past projects is affecting you, that maybe you even haven't cleared out. So where something in the past has taken a lot of effort, and you don't want to be affected like that again. It took up too much of your time. And then effort kind of also goes into a similar energy of control. So whatever you see in that space, that effort can be exhausting, or that you need to control things, take a look in the space and release that energy down the grounding cord. I think effort is one that we can all feel a lot towards. If it's, filing your taxes, or taking a look at your receipts, if you're a sole proprietor, all that effort and that, energy of it just feels too arduous. So really look in a space and release effort. I would say out of all spaces when you're looking at reading energy, when it has to do with this topic of procrastination. All right, look for the energy of programming. So if you have programming in this space, it may come from family, friends, peers, partners. And some of that programming could be around, you shouldn't do that, it's not a good idea. So if you're getting any kind of feedback about something, say you want to move forward on a next career, your next career step, or something big you're wanting to create, and you get that you can't have it, or you shouldn't do it, and that comes from the outside. Well, it can come from within too, but take a look in that space for the energy of programming and release it. And if you see a lot, ask what percentage is the programming, from family, or where you have been programmed by even society. Okay, I'll start moving a little faster since time's clicking on here. Look for the energy of insecurity. Are you insecure about your next step? If it's, say, a next step, and that may keep you in the energy of procrastinating. So release any insecurity, and make sure it releases all the way out of that symbol and down the grounding cord. Okay, release any energy around avoidance or don't look energy. I don't want to look at this. Avoidance. Remember, it's not going to go away. And the more you avoid it, again, it's like that dust bunny that just keeps gathering mass. So whatever you see around avoidance, go ahead and release it out of the grounding cord, or excuse me, out of the symbol down the grounding cord. Okay, I know we're moving a little fast now, so you can go back and do this again if you need to. Um, is there one thing right now that you're avoiding taking care of or looking at or wanting to take a next step in? What are you procrastinating on? Pick one thing and ask that it be illuminated in this space. And I want you to see how much space it takes up in that symbol. Send the energy of that one thing into that symbol right now. And what do you see? What percentage is there of foreign energy around this one topic? Say hello to it. Don't be afraid to look at it. You can go back later and look at just this one thing or any single thing that you are trying to heal. You would do the same thing, create a symbol on your screen and just put any energy of a specific topic in there that you're procrastinating on and give it a healing. So whatever you see, go ahead and say hello to those energies and start releasing it. You could even look at it and ask what percentage is it my fear that's affecting this? So if it was taking a next step, say in your career, you would release that fear. You could ask what percentage is this past programming, like the vibrations that we already looked at. So this is a great way to go back and anything you're working on clearing the energy of procrastination around, create a symbol and give it a good healing. All right. We're at about time, so we'll go ahead and continue to move forward. All right. I hope you were able to clear some of that foreign energy out on that one topic. Again, go back and look at it again so you can work this symbol more thoroughly. All right, good job, everyone. Don't forget when you have been procrastinating and then you actually accomplish that task, you've got to validate yourself. It is so important to pump your fist, tell yourself you did a good job, use golden suns to fill your body in with validation. That's how you create the energy to keep moving forward, is by validating what you've done, whether it's procrastination or anything you're trying to create. Give yourself a that a boy. All right, so let's fill this space in with some higher vibrations to raise it up. To do that, above the symbol on your screen, create a large, warm golden sun. So it just sits a little bit above that symbol. And let's add some energies into that you want to replace, since you released a lot of energy out of this. In this space, go, into the sun, have the postulate that energies are flowing into that sun, or you could even see them as words written in gold. So into that sun, you could add some energy like confidence, movement, ease and flow, enthusiasm, success, certainty, validation, and anything else you want to add into that sun that will help reset this to a higher vibration. Go ahead and have the thought that those energies flow into that sun, or send them in there again as words written in gold. And once you have those energies in that sun, bring that sun in through the top of that symbol and fill it in, saturating that symbol all the way to the edges. Really good job. Again, you're going to want to make sure that you keep validating yourself for what you're creating and doing in this space. And you'll get to do that in just a moment. You really don't want to leave symbols hanging out on your screen, this symbol that you've created. So in order to release that symbol, to the right of the symbol, visualize a big gold bubble. And then imagine sliding that symbol into the big gold bubble. And then you can visualize a pin and you can pop that bubble and it disperses the energy. You could see it explode into a billion little pieces of gold dust if you like. All right, now it's time to validate yourself and fill yourself in with higher vibrations, just like you did with your symbol. So above your head, create a large, warm, golden sun. And you'll do the same thing. What energies do you want to vibrate moving forward? Definitely a vibration you might want to add into that sun above your head is validation, enthusiasm, again, confidence, forward momentum, focused attention, fearlessness, gratitude, whatever it is to you, go ahead and send those energies into the sun above your head. And when that sun is full of those energies, bring it in through the top of your head and fill yourself in. Again, really saturating all your cells and organs with this energy. Because what you actually worked on releasing on your screen, some of that's releasing out of your physical body. So you really, every time you release, you really need to replenish with energy so that you are the one in control of what you're filling yourself back in with. And remember, what you set in a golden sun and you bring into your body, that's what you're going to start vibrating out into the world. And that's the energy you get back. So the more positive you can make it, the energies you fill in with, you'll get that positive energy back in some form, in some way. Okay, when you're ready, take a couple of deep breaths. You can open your eyes and come out of trance. Thank you for being here. I wish you a great month ahead.